Okay, so remember from yesterday, unit rate, okay, is referring to, or I guess another phrase for unit rate is a proportional relationship. Remember, on a graph, that means it's a straight line and goes through the origin, okay? So unit rate itself, though, is a rate in which the second quantity of comparison is equal to 1. And that's what it means by unit rate. So today we're focusing on, can you graph it yourself? So if you look at number 1, it says Annie is selling chocolate bars for school. The cost of each chocolate bar is $2. Which graph has a slope that represents, that's supposed to say, draw the graph that represents the average cost of lunches in dollars per candy bar. So all I know from the word problem is that each chocolate bar costs $2. And by each, it means one chocolate bar costs $2. Okay, so of course, if one chocolate bar costs $2, how much do 0 bars cost? Well, hopefully you know that that means 0 because you haven't paid for anything. But then we want to take it a step further and figure out how much it costs for 4 and 12. So if one chocolate bar costs $2, 4 chocolate bars would cost $8. And how I know is because if one chocolate bar costs 2, then I just multiply by 2. So 4 of them would cost 8. Well, same thing for 12. 12 of them times $2 each would cost 24. So now we're going to focus on the graphing. Well, I know the number of chocolate bars is X and the total cost is Y. So 0, 0, of course, is the origin, which it should be because we're talking about proportional relationships. If one chocolate bar costs 2, so 1 and 2, 4 chocolate bars cost $8. And 12 chocolate bars cost 24. And that's what we're doing today. So you take your ID or ruler, whatever you have, and you're going to connect those 4 dots. Notice that it should make a straight line and it should go through the origin because it is proportional. So let's do it again. Number 2, Jonathan pays a total of $18 for every 8 bags of popcorn. So it's already filled in here. Which graph models a relationship with the same unit rate? So if 8 bags of popcorn cost $18, that means 0 bags cost 0 because, of course, it's proportional. Okay, now it's harder on this one to figure out what the ratio is. So the best thing to do is just divide. 18 divided by 8. So I know that each bar, so 1 bar, is equal to $2.25. Well, they want to know what 4 bags is. So I'm going to multiply 2.25 times 4. So I know 4 bags cost $9 and 12 bags times $2.25 each would cost $27. So that's just all you have to do is to figure out the unit rate. You just divide the cost by the number and then just multiply each number of bags they want to know to figure out how much it costs. So if I go graph these, 0, 0, of course, is the origin. 4 bags will cost $9. 8 bags would cost $18. And 12 bags would cost $27. When you go to graph it, of course, it should make a straight line that goes through the origin, like that. Another one. In an aquarium of a fish tank has a limit of for every type of fish. This one tank has limits of 5 fish per 60 gallons. Which graph models a relationship with the same unit rate? So if 5 fish can take up 60... So I think I reverse these. So this side, or let's just do this. Okay, so number of fish should go over here, and gallons should be over here. Sorry. Nope, because that's X and that's Y. Yes. Okay, so I just made an error there. So it's just reverse. So the gallons should be the Y. Nope, the gallons should be the X. What am I doing? Sorry. So the numbers are swapped. 0, 1, 5, and 10 should go on this side. And then, what's this one? Something, 60. Okay, sorry about that. So if 60 gallons has 5 fish, 60 divided by 5, I know 12 gallons for 1 fish. Okay, so 0, of course, is 0 because it's proportional. But if 60 gallons have 5 fish, that means one fish needs 12 gallons. And 10 fish, what I would do is 10 times 12 is 120. So sorry about the mix up there. So this one's a little strange. So gallons this time is X. So 0, 0, of course, is the origin. Then 12 gallons is equal to 1. Notice that the scale here is a little off, so I'm going to just guesstimate 12 and 1. 60 is 5, so that one works out well. And then 120 is 10. And again, you know you did it correctly if it's a straight line that goes through the origin. So today we're just building our own. Kind of going off of yesterday, there's a couple of questions that we see like this. A vase's base is being filled with water. The graph shows the height of the water over time as the base is being filled. Which statement best describes the rate of change for this? So the graph's already done for you. They just want to figure out which one is the correct unit rate. Keep in mind here, like A, it just means 1.5 inches per minute, which means for 1 minute. So we're just figuring out which one is the correct one for 1 minute. So 1 minute on here, if you look at the scale, it looks like it's counting by 4s, but each line is actually counting by 2s. So 1 minute is roughly here. That means it's actually going to be closer to 1 inch. Okay, so my answer should be B. If I look at number 5, same idea. The tree is growing so many inches per year. So I want to figure out how many inches it grows in 1 year. Well, 1 year, if I look at the graph itself, is somewhere right there. If I look at the scale, it goes 12, 24. So that means each square itself is 6. Oops. So this one would be somewhere between 6 and 12. And the only answer that's between 6 and 12 is 8. You won't have any like this today, but it's just a good practice. This is what we're going to be building today, is the graphs themselves.